Naijaflix Recaps here. Before we begin, warning, spoilers ahead. Today, I'll explain a 2020 American fantasy movie called Upside Down Magic. The story starts with Nori discovering her magic while staring at a cat, and suddenly Whiskers appears as she somehow turns into the same cat. Her father is stunned when he realizes she can even grow wings in that form. 6 years later, she announces she's going to Sage Academy, a place where magical teens are trained to control their powers. Meanwhile, her best friend Reina Carvajal also has an ability. She controls fire. However, Nori struggles with her power as she can turn into a cat, but with a beaver tail and a kangaroo-like body. Long story short, the girls and other students gather by the roadside, where they are welcomed by Scriff, who reveals the academy is hidden in the woods. While walking, Nori tries to talk to another student, but he shows no interest. Soon, they reach a portal, and as Nori and Reina step through, they are amazed by Sage Academy, where students freely express their powers. Miss Nightslinger, the headmaster, warmly welcomes them and explains they'll be trained in the Sage way. She adds that students are divided into 5 groups based on talent: fuzzies who communicate with animals, flickers who pull objects, flares who control fire, flyers who can fly, and fluxers who transform into animals at will. However, students must take a placement test to qualify for honors classes. The flare candidates are asked to light a candle from a distance, and everyone succeeds except Elliot Cohen, who produces smoke instead of fire. When it's Reina's turn, the assessors are impressed. Next, the flyers must hover low for 30 seconds, but Andres flies too high and can't come down until Scriff brings stairs. The flicker candidates are told to pull a vase toward them, but Paloma pushes objects instead, nearly hitting the assessors. Moving to the fuzzies, they must correctly guess a dog's name and favorite food. Finally, the fluxers must hold a kitten form for 6 seconds. And when it's Nori's turn, she transforms into a kitten with dragon wings, disappointing the assessors because she's different. After all tests are done, the results are announced. Reina gets into the Flares honors class, while Nori is placed in UDM, meaning Upside Down Magic. The Sage students train in the main building and receive uniforms, while the UDM students must accept learning in an underground bunker. It's then revealed that all who failed the placement test are sent to UDM, including Nori. She refuses to accept it, believing she performed well. Instead of magic training, they study regular subjects like math with Scriff to stay occupied until their magic fades. Ms. Nightslinger appears and tells the UDMs they are unteachable and dangerous, as they are prone to shadow magic, which once caused chaos and destruction. Because of this, they must let their magic die and live as normal humans. Reina attends her first training, where the teacher explains that the top 2 students from each group will represent the school in the Sage match, and the winner will perform at the annual Founders Day. To improve her fire skills, Reina is told to pop corn using her flame, but she gets distracted and burns it, disappointing the teacher. A girl named Chandra secretly watches her. The next day, Nori gets excited, thinking they'll learn to ride flying brooms, but it turns out to be sweeping duty with normal brooms. She later spots the Fluxers secretly following their class while taking notes and steps in, trying to prove herself, but ends up turning into a strange creature again. Scriff warns her not to repeat it. During lunch, Reina keeps to herself, while Nori grows closer to her new friends. Reina gets excited upon seeing Nori, but a teacher stops her, saying she must not interact with UDMs. Refusing to give up, Nori tells her friends she plans to show up at the Sage match to prove UDMs are still worthy. The next day, all students continue training and improving. At one point, the teacher praises another student's popcorn, while Reina still struggles. She finally avoids burning it, but the teacher still finds it lacking. The overwhelmed Reina meets Chandra, who offers her help to unlock her potential. She later meets Nori and pretends everything is fine. At the library, Reina discovers a strange black book, and from then on, it keeps following her. That night, Nori prepares for the Sage match, though her friends doubt her since she keeps mutating into random animals. Meanwhile, Reina opens the book, releasing shadow magic that takes over her body. At the Sage match, Reina suddenly becomes extremely skilled and defeats her rival, earning a spot at Founders Day. Suddenly, Nori appears and tries once again to prove herself, but fails. She transforms into a large, frightening creature, and Reina, now influenced by the shadow magic, tries to help but mistakenly attacks her with a powerful fire blast. Confused, Reina apologizes, not understanding her sudden strength. Ms. Nightslinger becomes furious and threatens to expel the UDMs if they don't obey. Nori's friends lose hope, believing nothing can change their fate as upside downs. In the end, Scriff admits he feels guilty watching UDM dreams get crushed and realizes he must finally take action. He tells the UDMs to focus on what they can do instead of following the Academy's standard, and reveals he's actually a UDM. He's unique, able to control animals, but only when he sings. After that, he decides to train them to master their unusual powers. Later that night, Reina is shocked to find Chandra waiting in her room. She furiously tells her to leave with the book, not wanting anything to do with her. Chandra takes the mysterious book, but it somehow returns to Reina's desk. The next day, the UDMs begin training in the woods, focusing on controlling their bodies. Soon, Andreas is challenged to fly without his counterweight bag, but he refuses, unsure how high he might go. Scriff convinces him, and he finally understands his limits. Meanwhile, Paloma grows more confident in her power. Elliot is told to use smoke to remove a beehive, but fails, forcing Scriff to use his singing to control the bees. On the other hand, Nori is tasked with creating mixed animal forms to improve her visualization. They train constantly, day and night, and eventually learn to control their powers. Chandra keeps haunting Reina, who realizes that Chandra is invisible to other students, meaning that only she can see her. That night, Reina is manipulated, and shadow magic fully takes over her after she lets it in. It turns out the theory was wrong. Shadow magic can possess anyone, not just UDMs. Nori approaches Reina and realizes the darkness in her could destroy everyone. She returns to her friends and forms a plan to stop her. On the day of Founders Day, Reina is chosen to perform her fire skills in front of everyone. She deliberately creates a massive fireball, revealing the shadow magic to the audience, then transforms into a huge, terrifying creature. The students try to stop her, but fail, as their powers are too basic, especially the Fluxers, who turn into unhelpful animals. Soon, the UDMs arrive, and using their unique abilities, they hold their ground.
We're here to turn things right side up!
Paloma pushes to keep the spirit from splitting. Elliot uses smoke, and Andreas flies to distract it. Finally, Nori transforms into a dragon kitten form and twists the creature down until it falls. Miss Nightslinger orders the students to finish it, but Nori stops them, reminding them Reina is still her friend. She reaches out to her, and Reina manages to destroy the evil from within. Afterwards, the headmaster ends the UDM program, allowing students with unique powers, including Scriff, to fully join the school. At the end, the mysterious book falls open to a certain page, hinting that the shadow magic still exists. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support the channel.